The Magic Garden. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a beautiful garden that was said to possess magical powers. It was rumored that anyone who entered the garden would be granted their heart's deepest desires. However, the garden was hidden away, and few knew of its existence. One day, a young girl named Lily stumbled upon the garden while wandering through the woods. With nothing to lose, she decided to enter and see if the rumors were true. Little did she know, her life was about to change forever as she embarked on a journey filled with wonder, danger, and unexpected surprises. This is the story of the Magic Garden and the incredible adventure that awaited Lily within its walls. The Discovery. Lily was a young girl who loved to explore and have adventures. But on this particular day, she found herself feeling bored and restless. She had played all of her favorite games, read all of her favorite books, and couldn't think of anything else to do. Lily wandered around her house, feeling listless and uninterested in everything she saw. She tried to watch TV, but nothing seemed to capture her attention. She tried to draw, but her mind was blank. She even tried to take a nap, but she couldn't fall asleep. Finally, Lily wandered outside into her backyard. She looked around, hoping to find something that would spark her interest. She saw the flowers, the trees, and the grass, but they all seemed dull and unexciting. Just when she was about to give up hope, she noticed a locked gate at the back of the yard. It was an old gate that she had never seen before, and it looked like it led to a secret garden. Lily's curiosity was piqued. She wondered what could be behind the gate, and why it was locked. She searched around the yard until she found the key, hidden in a flower pot. With the key in hand, Lily opened the gate and stepped inside. She gasped in amazement at what she saw. The garden was filled with beautiful flowers of all colors, shapes, and sizes. There were roses, dahlias, lilies, and sunflowers, all blooming in perfect harmony. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooms, making Lily's heart sing. As she walked deeper into the garden, Lily noticed that there were also small animals darting around. There were butterflies, bees, and ladybugs, all busily going about their business. Some birds were perched on the branches of the trees, chirping melodiously. Lily was enchanted. She had never seen anything like this before. She wandered around the garden, marveling at the beauty of nature all around her. She felt like she had discovered a secret world that nobody else knew about. As she explored the garden, Lily began to feel a sense of peace and contentment. She realized that there was so much to discover in the world, even in her own backyard. She felt grateful for the opportunity to explore, and promised herself that she would never feel bored again. Just when she was about to leave the garden, Lily heard a rustling in the bushes. She turned around to see a small rabbit hopping towards her. The rabbit looked up at Lily with big, pleading eyes. Lily knew what the rabbit was asking. It was asking for her help. She followed the rabbit as it led her to a small pond in the corner of the garden. There, she saw a family of ducks struggling to free themselves from a fishing net. Without hesitation, Lily ran to the pond and began to pull the net, freeing the ducks one by one. As she worked, she noticed that the other animals in the garden had gathered around to watch. They were all cheering for her and the ducks, as if they were part of the same community. Lily felt a sense of belonging and friendship with the animals. She realized that the garden was not just a place of beauty, but a place of connection and joy. She promised herself that she would always cherish this special place and the friendships she had made within it. As the sun began to set, Lily knew that it was time to leave the garden and go back to her house. She closed the gate behind her, feeling like she had just left a magical world. She went inside her house, feeling happy and fulfilled, knowing that she had found something special that would stay with her forever. From that day on, Lily visited the secret garden often, always finding new wonders to discover and explore. She continued to help the animals in the garden and became known as the protector of the secret garden. She felt grateful for the gift that the garden had given her, and knew that it would continue to inspire her for years to come. The exploration. Lily returned to the secret garden the next day, eager to explore the wonders she had discovered the day before. As she opened the gate, she was greeted by a friendly bunny named Thumper. Thumper hopped towards her and nuzzled her hand. Lily was delighted to have made a new friend. She stroked Thumper's soft fur and followed him as he led her deeper into the garden. They passed by a talking bluebird named Sky, who chirped a cheerful greeting. Lily was amazed to hear a bird that could talk. She introduced herself to Sky and asked how he had learned to speak. Sky explained that he had been born with the gift of language, and had spent his entire life chatting with the other animals in the garden. Lily was fascinated by Sky's stories and continued to explore the garden with Thumper and Sky by her side. She discovered that the garden was filled with hidden paths and secret nooks and crannies, which led to even more beautiful surprises. She found a small pond filled with goldfish, a hidden waterfall, and a grove of trees that looked like they could be a fairy's home. Lily spent hours exploring and playing in the garden, feeling like she was in a magical wonderland. She loved watching the animals and insects going about their business, and even found a caterpillar that was transforming into a butterfly. As she wandered the garden, Lily realized that there was always something new to discover. She found a secret flower bed filled with exotic blooms, and a treehouse nestled in the branches of a giant oak. She climbed the treehouse and looked out over the garden, feeling like she was on top of the world. Thumper and Sky showed her more hidden spots, like a small cave behind the waterfall, and a patch of wildflowers at the edge of the garden where rare butterflies fluttered around. Lily felt like she had become a part of the garden and its community of animals. As the sun began to set, Lily realized that it was time to leave the garden and return home. She said goodbye to Thumper and Sky, promising to come back soon. Lily closed the gate behind her, feeling like she had just lived a dream. Over the next few weeks, Lily visited the secret garden regularly, always accompanied by her new friends Thumper and Sky. She continued to explore and discover, always finding new wonders and joys in the enchanted space. Eventually, Lily began to share her discoveries with her family and friends. She brought them into the garden and showed them the hidden paths, secret nooks, and magical creatures that she had found. They were amazed by the beauty and wonder of the garden, and realized that Lily had discovered something truly special. Lily felt proud to share her secret garden with others, and knew that it would continue to inspire and amaze everyone who visited it. She felt grateful for the gift of exploration and discovery that the garden had given her, and promised to always cherish its magic and wonder. The challenge. As Lily continued to explore the secret garden, she came across a neglected corner filled with dead plants and weeds. The once beautiful area looked gray and lifeless, a stark contrast to the vibrant colors and life of the rest of the garden. Lily felt a pang of sadness at the sight, but she also felt a spark of determination. She decided to take on the challenge of bringing the corner back to life, using her creativity and imagination to come up with a plan. Lily began by clearing out the weeds and dead plants, using a small shovel and gardening gloves. She worked tirelessly for hours, pulling out weeds and digging into the soil. Her hands were dirty, and her clothes were covered in dirt, but she didn't care. She was determined to bring life back to the neglected corner. After clearing the area, Lily started to think about what she could do to make the corner beautiful again. She sat down on a nearby bench and closed her eyes, thinking hard. She remembered the lessons she had learned from Thumper and Sky, about the importance of community and working together. She realized that she couldn't do this alone, and that she needed help to revive the corner. Lily decided to ask her family and friends for help, and together they all came up with a plan. They decided to create a butterfly garden, filled with brightly colored flowers that would attract the beautiful insects. Lily and her loved ones worked together to plant the seeds and flowers, carefully arranging them to create a beautiful pattern. They added a small bird bath and a few rocks to create a natural look. As the weeks went by, the garden began to come back to life. The flowers began to bloom, and butterflies and other insects started to visit the garden. The corner that had once been neglected and lifeless was now a vibrant and beautiful part of the secret garden. Lily felt proud of what she had accomplished, and grateful for the help of her family and friends. She realized that she had learned an important lesson about the power of determination and teamwork. By working together, they had transformed the garden and created something beautiful out of something that once seemed bleak. As Lily sat on the bench and watched the butterflies dance around the garden, she felt a sense of peace and contentment. She knew that the garden would always be a special place, filled with magic and wonder, and that she would continue to explore and discover for years to come. The transformation. As Lily continued to explore the secret garden, she realized that there was still work to be done in the neglected corner. With the help of her friends Thumper and Sky, she decided to transform the area into a beautiful garden filled with flowers and vegetables. Lily and her friends worked hard to clear away the weeds and dead plants, using shovels and rakes to create a clean slate. They took extra care to remove all the roots and debris that had accumulated over time, ensuring that the soil was healthy and fertile. Once the area was cleared, Lily and her friends began to plant new flowers and vegetables. They carefully chose a variety of plants that would thrive in the garden's unique environment, including sunflowers, tomatoes, and zinnias. Lily and her friends worked tirelessly, watering and tending to the new plants every day. They pulled out weeds as soon as they appeared, and added compost to the soil to help the plants grow strong and healthy. They even added a small fountain to create a peaceful atmosphere in the garden. As the weeks went by, the corner began to transform. The flowers and vegetables began to grow tall and strong, bursting with vibrant colors and delicious scents. Bees and butterflies started to visit the garden, pollinating the plants and helping them thrive. Lily felt a sense of pride and accomplishment as she watched the garden grow. She realized that the transformation was due to the hard work and dedication she and her friends had put into the project. They had taken something neglected and turned it into something beautiful, something that filled her heart with joy every time she visited. Lily also learned an important lesson about the power of determination and the importance of taking care of the things we love. She realized that just like the garden, everything in life requires effort and attention to thrive. Whether it's friendships, hobbies, or even her own personal well-being, she knew that she had to work hard and put in the effort to make things grow and flourish. As Lily sat in the garden, surrounded by the beauty she and her friends had created, she felt a deep sense of gratitude. She was grateful for the garden, for the lessons it had taught her, and for the friendships she had made along the way. Lily knew that she would continue to work hard to keep the garden healthy and thriving, and that she would always cherish the memories and lessons she had gained from the experience. The celebration. Lily had worked hard to transform the neglected corner of the secret garden into a beautiful space filled with flowers and vegetables. She was proud of what she and her friends had accomplished, and she wanted to share it with her family and other loved ones. Lily decided to invite her family and friends to the garden to celebrate the transformation. She spent the morning preparing for the event, packing a basket full of sandwiches, fruits, and snacks. She also picked a bouquet of flowers from the garden to decorate the picnic area. As her loved ones arrived, Lily led them to the transformed corner of the garden. They gasped in amazement at the beauty of the flowers and the delicious scent of the plants. They admired the fountain and the small birdhouse that Lily had added to the garden. Lily's family and friends sat down on the picnic blanket and began to enjoy the food. They talked and laughed, enjoying the peaceful atmosphere of the garden. Lily felt a sense of joy and connection as she watched her loved ones enjoy the fruits of her labor. As they finished their meal, Lily's family and friends got up to explore the garden. They wandered through the paths, admiring the flowers and the vegetables, and taking pictures of the beautiful scenery. They marveled at the transformation of the once neglected corner, and praised Lily for her hard work and dedication. Lily felt a sense of pride and happiness as she watched her loved ones enjoy the garden. She realized that the garden had brought her family and friends together in a special way. It had given them a shared experience and a place to connect with each other. As the celebration came to an end, Lily's family and friends thanked her for inviting them to the garden. They told her how much they appreciated the beauty of the space and the effort she had put into making it a special place. Lily felt grateful and proud of what she had accomplished in the magic garden. She realized that the garden had not only brought her joy and wonder, but also brought her closer to the people she loved. The chapter ends with Lily sitting in the garden, feeling grateful for the magic and wonder that the garden had brought into her life. She promised herself that she would always cherish the memories and lessons she had gained from the garden, and would continue to explore and discover for years to come. The hidden treasure. Lily continued to explore the secret garden, always finding new wonders and surprises. One day, as she was wandering through the garden, she noticed a pile of leaves that seemed out of place. Curious, she approached the pile and began to move the leaves aside. As she cleared the leaves, she discovered a small wooden box buried beneath them. She carefully lifted the box out of the leaves and examined it closely. It was beautifully crafted, with intricate carvings and a small lock on the front. Lily wondered what could be inside the box. She tried to open it, but the lock wouldn't budge. She decided to ask her animal friends Thumper and Sky for help. Thumper and Sky were excited to see the box, and they immediately began to investigate it. Thumper tried to nibble at the lock, while Sky flew around it, chirping and squawking. After a few minutes, they realized that they needed a key to unlock the box. Lily thought about where the key could be, and remembered a spot in the garden where she had seen a similar box before. She led Thumper and Sky to the spot, and sure enough, there was a matching box with a key inside. Excitedly, they returned to the first box and unlocked it. Inside, they found an old map with a note attached to it. The note read, "This map will lead you to a secret spot in the garden. Use it wisely, and remember that the true treasure is not what you find, but the journey you take to get there." Lily was thrilled at the discovery of the map, and she and her animal friends immediately set out to follow it. They followed the winding paths of the garden, passing by familiar landmarks and beautiful scenery. As they followed the map, they realized that it was leading them to a part of the garden they had never seen before. They reached a hidden grove of trees and saw a small pond with a waterfall, surrounded by lush greenery and colorful flowers. Lily and her friends were amazed by the beauty of the spot, and they realized that this was the true treasure. They had followed the map and discovered a new part of the garden that was even more beautiful than they could have imagined. As they sat by the pond, Lily reflected on the note that had come with the map. She realized that the true treasure was not the map or the hidden spot, but the journey she had taken to get there. She had uncovered a new part of the garden, and in doing so, had discovered a new sense of wonder and joy. Lily and her animal friends spent the rest of the day exploring the hidden grove, admiring the beauty of the pond and the surrounding flora and fauna. They felt grateful for the magic and wonder of the secret garden, and promised to always cherish the memories and lessons they had gained from their adventures. As they made their way back to the rest of the garden, Lily felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. She knew that there were still many mysteries and wonders to uncover in the secret garden, and she couldn't wait to see what other treasures lay hidden within its walls. The secret spot. Lily and her animal friends were excited to explore the hidden grove they had discovered, thanks to the map they had found in the garden. As they followed the winding path, they came across a beautiful fountain surrounded by lush greenery and colorful flowers. Lily and her friends were amazed by the beauty of the fountain, but they also noticed something strange about it. There was a hidden door behind the fountain, partially covered by vines and leaves. Excitedly, they pushed aside the vines and leaves and opened the door. Inside, they found a hidden room filled with treasures and artifacts from the past. There were old books, paintings, and sculptures, as well as ancient relics and mysterious objects. Lily and her friends were amazed by the beauty and wonder of the hidden room. They explored every corner, marveling at the intricate details and ancient history of the objects they found. As they looked closer, they realized that the room was not just a collection of random objects, but a carefully curated collection of artifacts that told a story. They found a journal that belonged to the garden's original owner, detailing the history of the garden and the many wonders it had held over the years. Lily and her friends felt a sense of awe and reverence as they read through the journal. They realized that the garden was not just a place of beauty and wonder, but also a place of history and significance. They felt grateful to be able to uncover this hidden room and learn more about the garden's past. As they continued to explore, they found a small box that was locked with a key. They remembered the key they had found earlier and used it to unlock the box. Inside, they found a letter from the original owner of the garden, addressed to whoever found the hidden room. The letter explained that the hidden room was a place of magic and wonder, a place where the past and present came together to create something truly special. It also revealed that the original owner had left behind a special gift for whoever found the room, a rare and beautiful flower that only bloomed once a year. Lily and her friends were overjoyed at the discovery of the gift. They felt honored and grateful to have uncovered this hidden room and to have received such a special gift. As they made their way back to the rest of the garden, Lily felt a sense of wonder and excitement. She realized that the secret garden was not just a place of beauty and magic, but also a place of history and significance. She knew that there were still many mysteries and wonders to uncover in the garden, and she couldn't wait to see what other treasures lay hidden within its walls. But for now, she was content to enjoy the present moment, surrounded by the beauty and wonder of the secret garden. She knew that the memories and lessons she had gained from her adventures would stay with her forever, and that the garden would always be a special place, filled with magic and wonder. The Time Traveler. As Lily and her animal friends explored the hidden room in the secret garden, they noticed a strange old man standing in a corner. He was dressed in a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat, and he looked as if he had traveled from another time and place. Lily and her friends approached the old man with curiosity. He introduced himself as a time traveler, and he told them stories of his adventures through time and space. The time traveler spoke of ancient civilizations, futuristic cities, and mystical realms beyond imagination. He described the wonders he had seen and the lessons he had learned through his travels. Lily listened with fascination as the time traveler spoke. She was amazed by his stories and the way he described the beauty and wonder of the world. As the time traveler finished his tales, he turned to Lily and her friends and said, "The most important lesson I have learned through all my travels is the importance of cherishing the present moment. It is easy to get lost in the past or the future, but the true magic of life is in the present, in the here and now." Lily felt a sense of resonance with the time traveler's words. She realized that she had been so focused on exploring the secrets of the secret garden that she had forgotten to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. The time traveler continued, "The garden is not just a place of magic and wonder, but also a place of beauty and joy. Cherish the moments you spend here with your friends and loved ones, for they are the true treasure of life." Lily nodded in agreement, feeling grateful for the time traveler's wise words. She knew that she would always cherish the memories and lessons she had gained from her adventures in the secret garden. As the time traveler bid them farewell and disappeared into the shadows, Lily and her friends explored the hidden room one last time. They marveled at the ancient artifacts and objects that filled the room, and they felt a sense of reverence for the history and significance of the garden. As they made their way back to the rest of the garden, Lily felt a renewed appreciation for the present moment. She realized that the magic and wonder of the secret garden were not just in the hidden treasures and secrets, but also in the beauty and joy of the present moment. Lily promised herself that she would always remember the time traveler's wise words, and that she would always cherish the moments she spent in the secret garden with her friends and loved ones. She knew that the garden would always be a special place, filled with magic and wonder and the lessons of the past and the present. The Challenge, Part 2. Lily and her animal friends had successfully transformed the neglected corner of the secret garden into a beautiful space filled with flowers and vegetables. However, they soon faced a new challenge when a group of pesky rabbits started eating the plants in the garden. Lily and her friends were dismayed to see the damage the rabbits had caused. They realized they needed to find a way to protect the plants and keep the rabbits away. Lily suggested they build scarecrows to scare away the rabbits. Thumper and Sky were excited to help, and they quickly gathered materials to build the scarecrows. They made them look like giant animals, with big eyes and long tails. They placed the scarecrows around the garden, hoping they would keep the rabbits away. However, the rabbits were not scared by the scarecrows. They continued to eat the plants and even started to nibble on the scarecrows themselves. Lily and her friends were back to square one. Then, Lily had an idea. She suggested they build birdhouses and invite birds to the garden. The birds could eat the insects that were harming the plants, and the rabbits would be scared away by the birds. Lily and her friends worked together to build birdhouses and placed them around the garden. Soon, birds began to flock to the garden, chirping and singing as they ate the insects. The rabbits were scared away by the birds, and the vegetables in the garden were safe once again. Lily and her friends felt proud of their creative solution and enjoyed watching the birds fly around the garden. As they sat in the garden, Lily realized that the challenge with the rabbits had taught her an important lesson, that sometimes, creative solutions were needed to overcome obstacles. She also realized that the garden was not just a place of beauty and wonder, but also a place of growth and learning. Lily and her friends continued to tend to the garden, learning and growing with each challenge they faced. They knew that there would be more obstacles in the future, but they were ready to face them together, using their creativity and teamwork to overcome any challenge that came their way. The chapter ends with Lily feeling grateful for the magic and wonder of the secret garden, and for the lessons she had learned through her adventures in the garden. She knew that the garden would always hold a special place in her heart, and that she would continue to explore and discover its secrets for years to come. The Goodbye. As summer came to a close and the leaves began to fall, Lily realized that it was time to say goodbye to the magic garden. She had spent the entire summer exploring and discovering its secrets, but now it was time to return to the real world. Lily felt a sense of nostalgia as she walked through the garden one last time. She remembered the many adventures she had shared with her animal friends Thumper and Sky, and the many lessons she had learned about creativity, teamwork, and the beauty of the present moment. As she approached the gate to the garden, she turned to Thumper and Sky and thanked them for their friendship. She promised to visit them again next summer, knowing that the garden would always hold a special place in her heart. Thumper and Sky hopped and flew around Lily, chirping and squawking as if to say goodbye. Lily smiled, feeling grateful for the magic and wonder of the secret garden and the many memories and lessons she had gained from her summer adventure. She closed the gate to the garden, feeling a sense of closure and gratitude. She knew that the garden would always be there, a place of magic and wonder filled with lessons and memories that she would cherish forever. As she walked away from the garden, Lily felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. She knew that even though her adventure in the garden had ended, there were still many wonders and mysteries waiting to be discovered in the world beyond. She felt grateful for the lessons and memories she had gained from the garden, and knew that they would stay with her forever, guiding her on her journey through life. And as she looked back at the garden one last time, she felt a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that it would always be there, waiting for her next adventure. Thank you so much for listening to my description of the Magic Garden story. I hope that you found it interesting and perhaps even inspiring. Whether you decide to read the story or simply let your imagination run wild, I wish you all the best on your own exciting adventures. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel to see more content like this.